In this video, I want to talk about the stage 1 of no contact. So stage 1 is also known, in this video, I want to talk about the stage 1 of, in this video, I want to talk about the stage 1 of no contact. So stage 1 is also known as the relief stage. The reason I'm making this video is because I was asked to go deeper into the whole, stages of no contact. So this will be part 1, which is the relief stage. The relief stage is also the shittiest stage because it is hardest on the dumpy in this stage because you are the most confused. So let's look at the two mindsets. The one mindset is of the dumpy, which is you, the people watching this. Dumpers probably don't watch any of these kinds of videos. In the dumpy's mind, they are usually completely blindsided. They are hit at a left field with the information. They're like, oh, what? So usually the dumper will come forward and say, hey, I have been feeling like this for quite some time. And the dumpy is going, wow, okay. Now, some of you guys probably did see it coming, but you probably didn't expect it to go to the length that it went to. You probably didn't expect a breakup to happen. You probably expected them to, talk to you about it. And the many ways that they can bring this up to you and kind of distance themselves from you is like this. She will come forward, or he, depending on, who's watching this, but it works both ways. Guys just do it a little bit differently. But girls do more of the dumping anyways. But girls will say, I need space. I need to find myself. I need time to think. I need time apart. I need to figure out what my wants and needs are. All of that stuff is her letting you down easy. That's what you're going to hear from the dumpy's perspective, right? You're going to hear all that stuff. Or sometimes they'll be straight up and say, hey, or you'll hear, can we be friends? Right? You'll hear that kind of shit too. What I want to tell you is in that moment, they have lost all attraction for you and probably all respect for you. Now, respect comes before love. They have to respect you. They have to respect your boundaries. They have to respect your goals, dreams, ambitions. They have to respect all that stuff before they can say, I love you and I want to be with you long term. That's just my opinion. When you set proper boundaries and healthy boundaries, and then you let the other person know what your goals and dreams are, what do you think happens during the first stages of dating, right? You figure that part out. You ask them, hey, like, are you going to go to school? What are your dreams, ambitions? And the person that you're giving that information to will either reciprocate it or not, and it won't go anywhere from there if they don't, but they'll reciprocate their wishes, and then you both have a mutual respect for each other. That comes far before love does. In the dumpy's mind, they're going, okay, wow, I just got dumped. I can't believe this is happening. And now you're in a complete state of shock. Now you're like, okay, I have to do damage control. So what you'll start doing is you'll start talking to them about why they feel that way. You'll start asking questions. You'll start begging and pleading and trying to get them to change their mind. Now, in a moment, I'm going to switch over to the dumper's perspective so you can understand why and none of that will work. But when you go into damage control mode and you try to fix everything and you try to reason with them, men do this a lot. This is only going to solidify their decision in leaving you. Why? Because deep down, on a biological level, right? Women want to respect you. They want you to be strong and centered and masculine at the end of the day. And if they decide to leave you, you should be able to walk away with your head held high like a man would. And I know that sounds kind of fucked up. This is information that your father or masculine figures in your life should have taught you. If someone wants to walk away from the negotiation, the deal, okay, right? Okay, give them the breakup. Let them go. Because at that point, they're telling you they are no longer willing to negotiate. They're no longer willing to put their best foot forward. Why would you want to beg and plead and reason with that? Let's go to the dumper's perspective. The dumper has been feeling this way for quite some time. Let me tell you something about girls. Let's say, for example, that you do something that turns them off. Let's say it happened months and months ago. One thing. It could be anything. You didn't take out the garbage. That age-old didn't take out the garbage thing. It's not the garbage, right? It's not that. It's the continued ongoing, repetitive negativity. That will get breakups. That will get you broken up with every single time, no matter what the actual issue is. It's not what the problem is. It's when you don't fix said problem. So that's why the I didn't take out the trash, or I didn't clean the house, or I didn't do whatever it was. It's not that. It's when you do one thing and another thing and another thing and another thing and another thing. AKA her attraction goes from here and it goes down and down and down and down. And it goes down even faster when you have the issue and then you say, I'm going to fix the issue, and you don't. So she's like, oh, you're not a man of your word. And then they get bitchy, right? They get angry. They get rude. This is your awakening. This is meant for you to say, fuck this. I'm going to fix this issue, and you don't get to treat me like that. She wants you to stand up to her, guys, right? Women want you to be strong. Women don't want to be able to walk all over you. But when you keep doing something in a negative way consistently, and they're losing attraction for you, they are telling you with their actions and their words, step up and fix some shit here, bro. When I first figured out women, I didn't really respect that. I was like, what the fuck? Why not just say it? But it's not their job. It's our job as men to stay on top of our shit. Life is going to kick your ass, right? And women will drag you kicking and screaming to make sure that you reach that potential. They will be there to support you. They really will be, but they're not your moms, guys. They are not your mamas. And I hope you guys watch this all the way through, because it's really important information. So many guys come to my coaching program and they want mommy, right? They're like, how do I get my girlfriend back? But really what they want is someone to console them. Okay. Now, I know how that came across, right? Came across as pretty condescending. However, this is what it is, men. You can't be weak, okay? If you have something you got to figure out in your life, talk to your therapist, your friends about it. But don't talk to your woman about it. It's not what she wants. They want you to be open about how you're feeling. Don't get that twisted. They want you to not be closed off and be Batman, right? They want you to be open about it, but they don't want to help solve your problems. That's where it comes down to. They want you to solve your own problems. So anyway, going back to the dumper's mindset, they have been feeling this way for quite some time, which is why you can't change their mind. Because like I was going to say this, make this point earlier. When a woman's been feeling a certain way over and over and over again, that emotion, that negative emotion that she felt in that moment, if that continues on long enough, she will logically start going, why am I with this guy? And then you can't reason with that. So from an emotional standpoint, she's like, I don't feel anything for you. And then from a logical standpoint, she's going, I don't really need to be with you. That's where she is now when she dumps you. Okay. So I want you guys to understand why begging and pleading won't work. That's the exact reason why. So from the dumper's perspective, they're looking at you, they lost attraction for you, and they no longer want to be with you or try to fix it, because they feel like it's not going to be worth it. It's not going to be something that is going to be a positive in their life. Breakups, 99.9% of the time happen because of just too much negativity over time. That's what it is. Okay. Too much weakness, too much, whatever, all the shit I mentioned before. So now that you have the two mindsets, let's talk about stage one and why stage one happens. Relief, right? Relief is such an important stage for you, for the dumper. It's important for them because now they have space, right? And that's why you'll hear, I need space, I need to figure myself out, blah, blah, blah. That's just their way of letting you down easy so they can take space from you. The relief stage can last quite a long time. There can be no definite timeline. From my experience, you're looking at 2 to 4 weeks, sometimes 6 weeks, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter. Why longer? If the relationship had a lot of negative shit going on all the time, fighting, abuse, right? Anything like that, then they're going to want to take more time and more space from you. They're so sick and tired of feeling the way that they feel about you that they want to get away from you. They want to kind of pretend you don't exist in a way. That's why they have to go through this stage, and sometimes that stage can last a long time. There are a lot of guys that message me and they're like, okay, I'm 8 months into no contact. It's like you're not, like, Move on from this. Start moving on when you get to that point, okay? You waiting for somebody for 8 months, a year, 2 years. You're not grieving the relationship. You're just hoping that they're going to come back to you and take that pain away, or take the loneliness away. Now you're not looking out for yourself, right? You are in a sense, because you want to take the pain away from yourself, but you're looking out for the relationship and what it could be instead of being 100% focused on yourself. So that's stage one. Stage one of no contact is relief, and relief can last a long time. They are happy to be away from you. They're happy to be away from the negativity. They're very excited to go out and party. They're very happy to go out and see their friends and their families. And hey, and you know what? If they felt controlled by you, because there's a lot of fellas in here that are controlling because they're insecure, well, they're going to be even happier to be away from you. So what I want you guys to do, what I want you guys to understand is there are two things that cause breakups. This is in my book. Complacency and insecurity. Okay, these two things. Complacency is when you get lazy. You start focusing on the wrong things. You stop focusing on how to nurture the relationship. Fighting. You don't focus on your purpose. You don't focus on keeping the relationship, the spark up. You don't focus on that kind of stuff. You start focusing on, you rest on your laurels. Let's say that. And then the second one is insecurity. That goes controlling guys who need to blow up their girls' phones, girls that don't message their guys back, and the guys are freaking out. What the fuck are you doing? Who are you with? Right? Insecurity. Most of the time, that is you guys, right? That is people watching my videos. You either fall into one of those two categories. Now, the other category, and it's much more rare, is when you date a crazy girl. Really, really crazy. Nothing can really help you in that stage. You just got to get away from them. I've had a lot of guys come to me and they're like, oh, this girl is the best sex I ever had, and this and that. It's always the way it goes. And what ends up happening is they try to figure out how to fix her crazy, and they can't. Right? It has to be her. That's what's going to happen most of the time. I hope I'm not leaving anything out. Begging and pleading will never work. And that's why you need to 100% work on yourself. Because in this moment, in this stage, okay, they are going to be focused on themselves. They're going to be, really focused on what they are doing. And they don't want to come back and revisit the same issues that they had when they dumped you. They want to come back and have a clean slate, so to speak. So when they reach out to you and message you, that's why you can't be talking about the past. You can't be talking about bullshit. You have to be focused on the present and the future. And I know how much it hurts to be dumped, but it's a wake-up call. It's either a wake-up call for you to realize, okay, I've been acting a certain way that's bad for quite some time, and I need to get this girl back. I need to fix it. Or the relationship was doomed and you guys just never really noticed it from the beginning. The most important thing is, because I've had a lot of guys that have messaged me and they're like, hey, I don't even want my girl back anymore. We got back together and I realized I don't even like her anymore. She broke my heart and I don't look at her the same way. Good for you. Like really, really, I mean that. Because you deserve better. So the most important thing for you guys to realize is this moment, this no contact moment, is for you. It's for you to figure out your shit. This is the information that your dad or your big brother or your uncle's grandfather should have been teaching you. Okay? When a girl dumps your ass, there's a reason why, and you need to fix that reason. If that girl is, just a bitch, don't go back to her, right? Don't go back to her. But no contact is extremely important for you. Make sure you start reading. Make sure you start focusing on your mission and your purpose and I'm going to say potential. Instead, focus on your potential. Focus on where you want to go, what road you want to take, right? And it all starts with one single step, fellas. A lot of guys get really overwhelmed by their purpose, and they're like, oh my God, I can't figure this out. But it just takes one single step, and I would highly recommend you do it by hitting the weights. If you guys can see that, that's my bench press right there. I smashed a set before I started this video, so my chest is a little shaky. I'll see you guys in the next video. Check here for more help and make sure you subscribe. Check the comment section down below or not the comment section, the description box. Check the description box and leave a comment down below if you guys have any questions, and I'll have stage